What up, YouTube? It's your boy Cash Out K1, man, the Walking Bankroll, man. Back in here with another one, man. Today is Friday, man. Got my shades on, man. I'm feeling good, man. I hope y'all out there feeling good, man. Thank God it's Friday. But today we're going to talk about the side hustle versus the business. Which one is better? Which one should you choose? And before we even get into that, I like to break down the definition of these words before I even get into the video, because with the internet and today, it's a lot of information going on. A lot of people have different ideas about what these terms, different terms mean. So I like to break it down to make sure we all on the same page. So let's do that. A side hustle refers to a supplemental job or business undertaken in addition to a person's primary employment, often to generate extra income. It provides a way to earn more money, pursue personal interests, or build a foundation for future full-time business ventures. Okay? So we all aware of the definition of a side hustle. Now let's go to business. A business is an organization that provides goods or services in exchange for money, aiming to be profitable. We ain't got to read all the rest of that. Just wanted to read the basics, because I'm pretty sure y'all know what a business is. But I just want to go over that so we can all be on the same page. Now, a lot of people want to do the side hustle versus the business. Which one is better? They try to compare the two, and the reality of it is, it just depends on where you at financially. It just depends. That's all it depends. It depends on what your future goals are, where you at now financially. It just depends. It just depends. Now, me personally, I think a side hustle is best when you're trying to hit like a specific goal, or you have a certain interest, you're trying to save up for a certain amount of money or something like that. Preferably, one of the number one things I think a side hustle is best for is to get out of debt and save up your nice little nest egg, because a side hustle is very low startup costs usually. Usually you can use your skill, or you can have you might have access to a certain products for wholesale, but it is very low startup. Very, very low. You can even do side hustles without no money, just like you could do a business with no money. But we're talking about side hustles right now. So if you in debt, or you financially kind of feel like you're drowning, one of the things you can do, because people like to say save more money, but this economy, it costs, and we need certain things. We have necessities, and people income, they make what they make. It's no way to just demand a raise at your job overnight. So one of the things people can do is start a side hustle. That's what it was always meant for. Extra income to supplement your primary income. So if it was me and I was in a situation where I was trying to get out of debt or trying to make some extra money to do some extra things, what I would do is I start a side hustle, and I would slowly gain some traction with that side hustle. And the ultimate goal would be to build that side hustle to where it eliminate all the debt around me, or it eliminate any payment or extra payments I might have. So I will be doing that. That will be my foundational attack on my finances as far as the side hustle. Because once these debts are gone, now I can see more of my primary income, because it's not going so much to debts. So once that's gone, then I can kind of be back at zero. Because when people in debt, they don't understand. You're not even on the scale. You're at negative. You're under the zero. So you have to get back to zero before you can try to go upwards. So many people try to go from negative to all the way to positive, and some people have a windfall, and that does happen, but most of the time it's not the reality for most of us. So we got to at least get back to zero. So if you're in debt, easy thing you can do, use a side hustle. Gain some traction with the side hustle, start knocking out different little debts, start being able to save some money. Then once you hit zero, depending on what your goals is, you can change that side hustle to a business, or you can start a whole nother business. Now, the things about the business that are better than the side hustle, one of the main things is the benefits of a business. The tax write-offs, the tax breaks, being in a position to be able to hire employees to carry out some of the tasks. But just like anything, it has to be built. It's not never going to be an overnight process. You don't just start something and then it get to flourishing overnight. And most people don't have the real business acumen. So I like side hustles before you start a business, because I like to look at a side hustle as like business on training wheels. Because you're doing everything in a business of a business, but you're not technically a business because you're doing it on the side. And you have a primary source of income. Even though you can have a real business and still have a primary income. But for a lot of people, especially in this economy with all the things that are costing us way, way too much, like costing us a ridiculous amount just to live. So having debts or being able to pay off your car, being able to pay off student loans, being able to pay off your house, even things of that nature. So first you can get to zero, get rid of the bad debt, get to zero, and then once you hit zero, that's when you can start paying stuff off. And once you have all those different things paid off, like the car, possibly your house, possibly student loans, and just different things like that, you can pay it off with your side hustle. Once you hit that part, then you can start a business, because a business is going to demand a lot of you. It's going to take a lot out of you, and it's going to take a lot of funding. And it might take years for this business to get to where you need it to be. So throughout that year, 2 years, 6 months, couple years, 5 years, whatever them years may be or months may be in that journey, the last thing you want to do is trying to make a business flourish and you have debt, and then you have too much overhead in your personal life, because the primary income, a portion of that will be used to stimulate the business outside of things like business funding, which you can get business funding, but if you're not business savvy, you never ran a business, you don't understand all the different things that could go into running a business, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, the different seasons of what come with a business, and you have a certain level of business acumen, one of the worst things you can do is get funded, because you're going to blow the money. You're going to spend the money thinking you know how to do business and you never done business. So if you haven't ran a business and you want to run a business, start with a side hustle. Even if you don't want to run a business, use the side hustle to get out of debt. And also you can use it to save an emergency fund. Once you're out of debt, you don't have to necessarily use it to ever start a business. You can use your side hustle money to get to zero and be debt free. Then you keep doing that side hustle and then use that money to save up emergency funds and different things. No, first, before that, actually, yes. Then you say your emergency fund. Then after that, that's when you start attacking things like student loan debt and different things you have long-term payments on. You can kind of chunk those down faster with the extra money that's coming off the side hustle. And then if you want to turn into a business or switch businesses, you have everything you went through in this process of a side hustle. You have all of that training to go into starting a business, because a side hustle is nothing but a business on training wheels. So that's the perfect way to go from here to here in a short time frame, using a side hustle to generate some extra income. And if you really want to get down, then you use that side hustle to keep generating income and then turn it into a business, and then let that business replace your income. And then you can do the business full time. But all of those different things are a process. They take time. You have to work at it. Because as far as a business, some people might not never want to actually start a business. You might not actually want to run a business. But you can use the side hustle to help you get to a level where your income isn't getting sucked up by your expenses plus all of these payments. And then also, if you ever wanted to go on vacation, save up for some type of trip, save up for another car, to pay off a car, to go save up to buy a car cash, you can always pull this side hustle out like a tool off your tool belt. You just pull the hammer out. You see the nail, that's the goal. You nail in there. Versus trying to save up for a car to pay for a car, or trying to save up for a vacation or a down payment on a house or different things like that. You can save up with this side hustle, pull the tool out, versus trying to put a screw or nail in the wall with your hands because you don't have the tool. Because we have to make more money in this economy. We have to make more. And the best way to make more is a side hustle. If you don't know how to start a business, and even with a business, you can start a small business with very little to no effort from you. You can hire people. There are 1 people businesses, 2, 3 people business. If you have a family, it could be a family business. But there are ways to make more money in this economy, and we have to make more money in this economy. And the best way is to do it depending on your circumstances. Because if you're already doing good, you might want to take your time, do your research, read a couple books to decide how you want your business to be. And you can take your time and start a business if you're not necessarily in a situation where you're in survival mode. But if you're in survival mode, the best thing to do is start a side hustle and start generating some income as soon as possible. We have to take it back to the basics, literally back to the basics, like lemonade stand basics, like the candy lady basics. Like you have to literally start setting up shop today. If you're in survival mode, set up shop today with whatever product or service you can provide to the marketplace and start generating dollars. That's the side hustle. If you have a business, that's for people that are more financially savvy to the point where they have no debt or low debt. They have a decent income. Their household is kind of running functionally on the financial side to where they have the time to put the research, energy, and effort into starting a business, and then have the patience to let that business grow and stick with that business as it grows. Because when you're in survival mode, it's hard to give your business the time it needs to grow because you're so much in survival mode. You're so much in a rut financially. So if you are in a rut financially, no problem. We all have been there. Start some type of side hustle and start generating them extra dollars on the side. My goal personally would be for you to do a side hustle and make 100 to 500 a week. Just 100 to 500 a week, because I think that's probably like the sweet spot. Because really, most people are going to be able to kind of somewhat easily hit that 250 a week consistently. So that's $1,000 a month. That's some people's rent, or a large portion of their rent or mortgage. So if you can just complete that one task and hit 100 to 250 to 500 a week, that right there could be a life-changing start for most people. Because if you can generate that $1,000 a month and then eliminate your rent with this side hustle, or eliminate your mortgage with this side hustle, what would your life be like? And if you can do that on the side a year, 2 years, 3 years, and where you have eliminated your rent or you eliminated your mortgage payment, that means you can save that $1,000 you was paying from your primary income, that $1,000 a month you was paying towards rent or mortgage or whatever. You can save that and then make a power move later. So that means you're putting up $12,000 a year. So over a 3-year time frame, you have comfortably saved $1,000 a month, and now you have $36,000. So you can go from a renter to an owner just in that formula alone. It's really that simple, but it takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of patience, time, effort. Then a lot of people don't know what side hustle to start. Which side hustle to start? So many different options. Usually, my point of view is some type of service, because it's very low startup costs, but it's going to be more time consuming because you have to fulfill that service. So with the service, you best off using something you're already good at. Use your God-given talent. I'm going to do a video on that too about God-given talents. Use your God-given talent to go out in the marketplace, provide that service, and charge a fee. Some people do products. Me personally, I like products. Products are a little better for me personally. They way harder, but I think it's better because you can make more money faster. With services, when you want to scale up, you have to add more people to provide that service. But click the link in the description, man. Go to the Cash Out University, man. Book a coaching call, and we can help you figure out how to get you a side hustle started, or we can give you some business information to help you start a business, or continue to run your business and help your business flourish. But that's all I got for this video, man. It's Friday. I'm outside tonight, man. Y'all be blessed. Be safe, man. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll catch y'all in the next video.